straight there, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just the freedom. Once you're away from your parents, it's like, okay, now I'm living by myself. My parents are this many miles away. They can't do anything at this point. It's just me in my own world. And people can get really out of control at the freedom.
So
some people are not tamed.
Your first spliff. Your first spliff.
Me want my dad, give me to my wee, wee. Me want my dad, give me to my wee. Me want a god, give me to my wee, wee.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the mic. I've got a beautiful lady here, Nicola. Yeah.
Yes.
As I've said, I can't. Your last name.
My last name, Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Sebastian. Depends on how you want to say it.
There's a something like that.
Yeah, I mean TIAN.
Yeah.
It's like a ch.
All right. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
You got some fascinating stories as well.
Yeah, definitely. I would say my life's a fascinating story from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I know you was just like laying down. You said you were supposed to be born as a man.
Oh yeah. My mom told me the story. The more I grow up, the more I don't know if I believe it. On her scan, I wasn't showing properly. I was showing just my back. So they assumed that I was going to be a boy.
Yeah.
And up until birth, I think she thought I was going to be a boy. And then I came out, and here I am, a girl.
So how did you like? She felt in the body or something?
I think it was just the scans, right, Mom? I think it was just the scans. On the scans, I wasn't showing up. I wasn't facing properly, basically, on the camera.
Right.
So then I came out, and it was just like a big surprise.
Oh, yeah. So when they had the first scan, there was nothing showing.
Yeah, there was nothing. It was just my back. I wasn't willing to turn around to the camera. I just kind of tucked myself away.
So in your mom's head, she thought, okay, now I'm gonna have a boy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a boy. Well, I think they told her it was gonna be a boy.
Right.
And then came to birth, and a little baby girl came out.
And she was shook.
And she was shook. But also, I think that's maybe why I feel so connected towards men. I think I can really build up friendships with men. But I think that's more of a subconscious thing with like humor and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's laid within me. I've engraved it in my head that I was supposed to be a boy. So there's a part of me that's just like, well, I was supposed to be a man.
If you want to hear the story, please subscribe, share, and press the notice button as well. Yeah, hearing the story is going to be so good. Don't forget to subscribe. Nicola, she's here now. She was supposed to be born as a man. But here she is now. She's a lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us more about yours. You know, so many stories about you.
Yeah. I don't really know from where to begin with the stories.
Yeah.
I mean, originally I'm Polish, so I did.
You're Polish community.
Polish blood, Polish blood.
You say DNA.
DNA, it's always been in my DNA. I'm trying to really balance out the factors between nature and nurture.
Right.
And decide whether it's the Polish blood or now I have to kind of integrate within the English society, which I have. I mean, I moved here when I was 8 years old.
Right.
So it's been...
From Poland?
From Poland, yeah.
Right, okay.
So it's been 14 years now. So I'd say I'm much more...
But you picked up the lingo.
Yeah,
so well,
100%. I mean, when you're 8 years old and you're coming to a country, I started learning from Google Translate. I couldn't communicate.
No. Did you?
I could not communicate with... I didn't know any words except hello. My English in Poland, so I was in primary school from only year 1 and year 2. I had one memory from English, from the English lessons, which was my English teacher was a very strong character. She was a very strong woman.
Yeah.
And she thought that her way of teaching would be to raise her voice at the children, to kind of shout, to, be aggressive. And I really didn't accept any of that. So I threw a little temper tantrum and I said that I'm going to leave the class and I'm not going to come back until she apologizes to the whole class.
Oh, really?
For which...
what did she do then?
She, from what I can remember, obviously I was 8 years old, so I'm pretty sure I pieced together a lot of the pieces, but she was just, she was a woman that when children were disruptive, she wasn't willing to kind of sit down and, ask what's wrong, like, what is it that you're not understanding?
Yeah.
It was more of a sit down, you're listening to me, that's it. There's no other. I think from the beginning I just had a hatred towards the English language, which is very ironic now.
Which is understandable.
I mean, it's understandable.
You as a kid coming in, and now you have to change everything.
Everything, yeah.
And try to learn it.
Definitely. But yeah, so this whole scenario, this was happening in Poland. So this was my first memory of the English language. And I told the English teacher in Poland, that I was not going to come back into class until she had apologized to everyone in the class.
Yeah.
So they called down the head teacher. The head teacher came down.
Gee.
The head teacher called Mummy.
Yeah.
Mummy had to come down to school to calm me down.
You caused the havoc.
I caused the because I did not want to learn English. And then the teacher had to end up, she apologized to me and she apologized to everyone else. And from that point, there was no other problem.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you had that
single-handedly.
That's madness.
Yeah, I think it's very ironic to look at it now, because obviously the only thing I have within me is words and language. So knowing that I'm now studying, how do I say this? Throughout my whole life, I think I'm going to be studying the English language.
Yeah.
So knowing that was my humble beginnings, where I needed to make sure that everyone was on the same level, it brings a little bit of peace.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
So, and then after then, everything just changed.
Everything just changed, yeah.
So you yourself, you changed like your personality changed, the way of thinking, because you said you didn't want to study English anymore.
Yeah.
And now you started to...
I had no choice.
To concentrate. Right?
Yeah, basically. So, yeah, I mean, with the whole personality thing, it was more, when I came to England, obviously the way of thinking changes, right? I no longer think in Polish. All my thoughts are in English.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So how do you wear? Which one is which now?
Yeah, it's confusing.
Polish or English?
This is my problem. I don't know who, where, why. Yeah, that's a big problem.
When you eat, what do you eat? You eat English food?
It's a mixture. Depends what.
What is your favorite?
My favorite foods. If we're talking English, I love a lasagna. I can just yam off a whole lasagna. But Polish food, I'm a really big Polish person. Polish food is very much like potatoes, meat, kind of strengthy food. I love it. There's kotlets schabowy, which is chicken, panned chicken,
right? Okay.
And potatoes with like butter and stuff.
Mashed
potatoes, yeah.
Wow, that's. But then going up from now, you have to go change everything. Now the teacher is listening to you, and all that kind of thing. And then education-wise.
Yeah, education-wise. If we're talking about Poland, education-wise, it was just very basic level, so I don't remember much of it. Like I said, that was my beginning to the English language. But education-wise, when I came to England, it was very hard for me because I started in year 4 in primary school. And it was a thing of like everyone else was doing a different task to me. I was having to write down, my family is this, my name is this, I am this, I'm this many years old. And obviously, as a kid, you don't understand what's going on. I still had that little bit of embarrassment within me that I'm just like a little Polish foreign kid who can't communicate with everyone. The only words I knew was hello and do you speak English? To which no one spoke English.
So, most of the Polish, they go, you speak to them, you say hello. They say hello?
No, it wasn't do you speak English, it was do you speak Polish? That's what it was. And I was asking everyone, do you speak Polish? There was not one Polish kid in that school. So
you, instead of them asking you, do you speak English? You asking them, do you speak Polish?
Yes, that's
crazy. What did you expect?
I don't know. I expected at least one Polish kid to kind of guide me through the way. But I ended up being the Polish kid that had to guide myself.
Were you bullied or something like that?
I wasn't bullied in primary school, definitely.
But obviously, if you can make
a new foreign kid. I think they were looking at me more of like a little cute project. I came in, they could kind of shape my personality into what they wished to do.
Yeah.
even in my school reports, I was reading back through them a couple of years ago, and it was like, Nicola needs to learn to have her own peace of mind, and like she needs to decide on who her friends are, who she hangs around with, and stuff like that. I'm trying to unlearn to be a people pleaser.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think the people pleasing comes with the foreignness of me.
Right. Why? Why do you think
always, I mean, you want to fit in, I guess. Ever since I came here, that's all I wanted. I wanted to just be seen as the little normal English kid.
Yeah.
It's also a thing now, like, because I have left Poland, that's not my home anymore. So it's just like I have to really solidify myself into this world, and I need to be accepted.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to be accepted, you know. That's the whole point. We need to learn to live in communities and be around our loved ones. But yeah, identity issues as a foreign kid are quite hard. Yeah.
Did you get that? Most of the kids, they struggle with that.
Yeah, definitely. I think especially now in this age, social media, technology, like people do struggle with identity. They don't know who they're supposed to be because there's so much thrown at them, so many possibilities of what one can be.
Yeah. But what kept you strong from that?
Mummy.
Okay.
Mummy kept me strong. What kept me strong? I think I was just very determined. I was also a mouthy kid, so it wasn't like once I learned the English, yappa. Once I learned the English, it was really like, now I know what words I can use to ensure you understand how I feel, and just like you understand how your words have made me feel. That's why words are such a big thing.
Right. Okay.
Honestly.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then how was your high school though?
High school. So at the point of high school, my English was great. I was basically looked at as an English kid, so there wasn't much problem with my identity.
When you speak, I don't even hear any Polish side.
Yeah. Also, I've been in London for the last 3 years, so I've picked up an East London accent. So there's certain phrases where I'm just like, really throwing it out.
You've been to London as well?
Yeah, I've lived in London.
For 3 years?
For 3 years, yeah. It was amazing.
All right.
Yeah, East London. I've always wanted
What's the experience then? I don't know. Maybe you want to start it from your high school side. Or
the way I speak is all over the place, and I just drop little stories every now and again. So that's kind of how my my speech comes out. High school, there was many more Polish kids there, so it was like much easier to be friends with other Polish kids. And also high school is so diverse. You don't just have, English children. There's people from everywhere, quite frankly. Yeah. So high school, it wasn't too bad. I think high school is just, it's very much an experience in a child's life. I yearned for such a long time to experience high school in Poland. I just wanted to be around the Polish kids growing up and like fully indulge in the Polish culture. But after a while, kind of learned that that's not, realistic. And I'll be more set up for life if I carry on in England, which is how I ended up in London, because London was always in the back of my head. I mean, you come here and it's just like, London is the capital, London is the big city. You just want to
London, that's where the things are happening.
That's where the money lies, the big buildings.
Money likes it.
Yeah. There is money everywhere in London. So I wanted to go, and I ended up going. I got very lucky because during college, COVID happened, so I didn't have to sit my exams. Okay. Yeah, so...
you escaped that part.
I escaped it.
Oh, right.
I'm very good academically. I love learning. But college was just a whole different experience. So I did psychology, sociology, and drama.
Right.
Psychology, sociology are very heavy subjects.
Yeah.
Which I was learning for, but obviously during COVID as well, the whole mixture of things kind of mixed the pot internally, I guess. Everyone was finding themselves during COVID, I assume.
Right, yeah.
But because of that, I ended up going to university.
Right.
because I got the correct grades.
What university?
It was the University of East London.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very big. They're very proud with their alumni and the type of people they produce afterwards, I'd say. A very proud college, considering, the area where it resides in.
Oh, but that's it, that most people say that's where your life begins.
University, yeah.
University, because you get experience with so many things.
Yeah.
And the diversity in that is huge. You meet a lot of different people.
Yeah.
How was your experience though?
Diverse, I guess you could say. Meeting lots of people.
Yeah.
University is one of those things. So I've just finished. I had my graduation, like I said, 2 weeks ago. So I fully now closed that chapter.
But what did you do?
The course I did journalism.
Okay.
Just normal journalism, Bachelor of Arts. The academic side of it was really... it was good. I don't think it was well structured because with university, depending on what course you do, obviously, first year is more they're teaching you how to write things and how to structure it properly and how to, ensure that you include the information that you're supposed to include. Second year is more of a thing where they're kind of stuffing you with even more information, and then third year is just a go. Like between, I think universities start in October.
Right. Okay.
Between October and June, it's just full go mode. Like, that this is your last chance to finish everything.
Yeah.
And it was only until first year that I started to enjoy it properly, where I was like, okay, this is the course that I chose to do. I'm finally like learning what I wish to do and writing in the way that I actually, wish to portray it. Which was quite annoying, I guess, but
because you're very good on writing. When I've seen some of the things that you did.
Yeah, the writing, like I said, language, words are my thing. So it's
your strongest,
the
strongest side. But then I heard a lot of stories that you something to do with the Nobel Prize or something.
Yeah.
What happened?
That situation, I cannot tell you how I got myself into that situation. And Mummy's not listening. Yeah. There was one night where...
No, look, I want to get engaged to a Nobel Prize though. I want to get into people, because once you have the Nobel Prize, everybody knows you.
So I just want to make it clear, I did not receive the Nobel Peace Prize. I did not. That was
Nicola, how come?
Sorry to disappoint. Maybe in a few years. We'll give it 10, 15.
I thought you the one received the Nobel Prize.
That's No. I went to attend to write about it, basically.
Yeah.
It was in Norway, Oslo, Norway. There was one night where I had smoked some nice little herbs, I'm not sure how much I can say.
We can say it.
I was feeling very giddy, and in my head, the mechanism...
But it does happen though, because university you experience a lot of things.
Yeah.
Let's say, thank God you didn't experience
anything else. Yeah, I'm very thankful for the fact that I knew where to say stop and where to really keep myself grounded.
I know some people who get to university and get to cocaine.
Straight there, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just the freedom. Once you're away from your parents, it's like, okay, now I'm living by myself. My parents are this many miles away. They can't do anything at this point. It's just me in my own world. And people can get really out of control at the freedom.
So
some people are not tamed.
Your first spliff. Your first spliff. you one puff and then you stand with your head. And
I'm just holding on. Luckily, it was more of a peaceful experience, I'd say.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. It wasn't too intense.
Right,
definitely.
Yeah. Okay. I love that. I want to try that. I want to be like a peaceful guy,
Just keep it chill, just very much grounded, hearing the leaves, the sky, everything around you.
So, that's crazy. Because it's kind of like the spliff gave you the writing. You started to
enhanced it.
write like crazy. Maybe you were writing like, I don't know how to use these big words, but you use them.
Yeah. Another thing is like I create words because I mix
That's
them.
crazy, Nicola.
Because I'm mixing Polish and English.
Yeah.
Obviously, in Polish, there's different translations of different words. So in my last year of university, my dissertation, when I was writing, my lecturer kept coming back to me and he was like, I understand what you're trying to say, but this is not a real word, Nicola. You need to, you are creating something which I understand the meaning of, but like it's not in a dictionary. So yeah, I mixed the Polish and English together to create new words.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How does that one happen now?
I am not really sure. Also, obviously, because of the fact that I do think in English, I don't think in Polish.
Oh, okay.
But it's sometimes I just can't find the meanings of words, or like if I do find it, I'm not satisfied with it. So I'm like, okay, so how would I say this in Polish? I'd say that, like, say it in this way, and then from that I just put that Polish and English together to create something.
To create something
else. Yeah.
Cool. That's cool, man.
It's
That's
interesting.
cool. Sometimes, you know what happened with me? I speak Zulu, which is a Sarakan language.
Yeah.
But most of the things I would think them in Zulu before I translate them to English. So maybe the same thing is happening to you.
Yeah. So you have like a translation filter that's going through your thing.
Yeah.
Before you say words out
Before
loud.
you say them.
Yeah. With me, when I'm speaking in English, there is no filter. Everything that I'm saying is just.
No.
Seriously, when I'm speaking in Polish, there is much more of a, I'm having to think to put the words together because I'm just going to mumble. But in English, everything that I am saying is everything that's on my mind.
That's mad. So your Polish should be your first language, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And then English would be. But
Right.
now it's vice versa, kind of. Your English becomes your first language.
Yeah.
And the Polish becomes second.
Yeah.
But maybe Anyway, we in university now.
We're in university.
Now you're
Smoking
hanging
a
out.
spliff.
Now you're hanging out. You balance with your head on the floor.
Yeah.
And then your legs are up.
Doing a little bit of yoga, a little bit of meditation.
Of meditation.
Yeah.
Calming down.
Definitely.
I like the way you say it. You said, I was using a herb.
Yeah, I don't know, guidelines and stuff like that. I've done my social.
Nah, we're cool. In here, we're cool. A spliff is a spliff.
Yes.
In here, spliff is a spliff. A spliff is a spliff.
Magical herbs.
Yeah, magical herbs are the magical herbs.
Yeah, no, it definitely. I had my fair time of smoking, and it really enhanced my creativity in a lot of ways. Because also, it was just time to myself where I could just sit and be in front of my computer, or be in front of a piece of paper, and just really scribble away
Yeah,
everything I'm doing.
because there's another guy we had. He's a music. He write music, but when he normally used the herbs. let's say the herbs. Obviously, he goes and he used a lot of herbs. But when he write music, you can't stop him.
Yeah.
And he'll bring the amazing tunes that you think, if you don't have a spliff, he's flat. He's flat. He can't write.
Yeah, I think drugs in general are a very big stepping stone in a creative world. That's something I've noticed as I've entered the creative world.
Yeah.
Many people, not just spliffs, many people go like out and beyond with the drugs, like, acid and different types of things, to really get different parts of your brain unlocked. Because if you're a creative person, I say at heart, if you've always been a creative person, there are, parts of your brain that you haven't really touched yet.
That's
and
right,
many
yeah.
like musicians, artists use those types of things to get there.
That's right, yeah. They do. Because it gets them to be creative. But anyway, the university experience, how was it then to, now we started to get in terms of mixing with other people, and then, to go to Nobel Prize.
Yes, the Nobel Prize story. This is how we started talking about the spliffs. So I had a spliff one night, and in my head, something was itching me I just wanted to do something creatively. For a very long time, one of my big things is to attend the the Brit Awards that happen in London.
The Brit
Yeah, the
Awards,
music
yes.
awards.
Yeah.
I was trying to get on the media accreditation list for such a long time. It just wasn't working.
Right.
So I was like, okay, let's see what other events are on at this time.
Right.
And then I
Yeah.
saw that the Nobel Peace Prize was on, and I was like, okay. I went through the whole website, and there was like a submission form, and after my spliff, I was like, okay, they're gonna respond straight away, and they did. I applied that
That's
night.
mad, Nicola. That is crazy.
The next night, yeah, I received an email, and there was no questions asked. They just kind of put me on the list, and they said, yeah, here is your media accreditation for this publication, and you can just come.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
man.
So then I was like, I'm gonna take it a step further. I'm not stopping here.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was in Oslo, Norway. Trying to get to Norway is a flight, and then you have to stay there for it was 2 nights that I needed to stay there.
Yeah.
The flight, I got it covered. I just, paid for it. It was fine. But I was like, if I'm a journalist,
Yeah.
surely I can get someone to sponsor me a stay.
Yeah.
So I went onto the Norway city map
Right.
in Oslo, and I went through every single 5-star hotel that I could find.
Right.
I found each and every email, and I emailed every single hotel saying that I'm coming from the UK to cover the Nobel Peace Prize Awards, and I would love for the ability to stay at your hotel for free, and then I can write a little review about it afterwards.
Now.
Mm-hmm.
So
You
now.
gotta be smart.
So you, come on now.
So I sent an email to literally every single 5-star, 4-star hotel
Is
in
that
the area.
before you get there?
Yeah, before I get there. Obviously, I needed a place to stay. I couldn't just kind of turn up and have nowhere to stay.
Yeah.
So I now had the media accreditation, which I took out of thin air for the
Yeah.
Nobel Peace Prize Awards. I had the flight covered, and then, after a while, a hotel got back to me, and they were like, yeah, sure, we'd love to have you if you write an article, if you take a couple of photos. So I took one of my friends who's a photographer.
Yeah.
Me and her went, we stayed in the room, we took the photos, we stayed there for free, and
That's
it
clever.
got it sorted.
Did you even get the flight for free?
No, the flight, no, I had to get it myself. But there's not that many airlines which will sponsor you to fly.
To fly,
Yeah,
isn't it?
unless it's like Dubai, Qatar
Yeah.
type of, proper high business. But Ryanair, Jet2, they're not gonna. They're already
They
making
want
enough.
their money.
Yeah,
They even
They
charge you
need their
for.
money.
They charge you for sitting down. They charge you for
It's crazy.
everything.
I just flew to Poland, and I just came back, and even on my flight back, they had sold way too many tickets. So there
Right.
was 10 people that couldn't get onto the flight. And there was just you're making this much money, you're selling this many tickets, and then you're still kind of ruining people's plans.
Yeah.
All I can say. Yeah. Ryanair, Jet2, I've got beef with them. I've got beef with them.
Yeah, right. Sometimes I don't even understand how they do business, because every single thing they sell it. They will even sell you a sugar.
Yeah,
They
and you still got to
can.
pay for it.
Yeah, pay the sugar. But then to get into that Nobel Prize, then you applied for it, and then you got a reply.
Yeah, so this is another funny thing in this. So I got a reply. I had no other communication with the person that was sorting out the ticket. It was just simply kind of a leaflet form on my email saying, here is your media accreditation, here is your name, here is the publication you're here for,
Yeah.
here is the date, this is where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
A couple of days before, I got another email saying how the events are going to get carried out, so what time I need to be there, what time I have, to be writing stuff down, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So me and my friend, we end up in Oslo, in Norway, and the night before we were supposed to go to some kind of building to collect the tickets.
Yeah.
And
Let's pause a little bit. Yeah, let's pause a little bit. Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah. Have water.
Have a little bit
Is it water or water?
water. Water?
I don't know.
Depends how drunk I am. Can I have some water?
Because a lot of kids, they go let's have water.
Yeah, the proper very much British rooted is water. Water.
Yeah.
Up north they say water.
They say water.
Yeah.
I say water.
I say water. Water. Can I have some water?
My boy, he says, "Can I have some water?"
Oh.
I know.
How old's your boy?
My boy is 14.
Oh, damn.
And I asked him, what is water? He said, what?
What? Just water.
Yeah, just water. I said, no.
Water.
No.
No, you need to pronounce all your syllables when you're saying something.
Yeah. That's cool.
You don't. Yeah. Anyway, so the.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Sorry, the mumbling through me.
Yes, that's all right. Yeah.
So the night before, we were supposed to go and collect the tickets for the event, and I had only put my name down for the thing. I hadn't put my friend's name down.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize until the very last moment. So we went to this random stand. It was like this big glass building in the, tucked away in some kind of side street in Oslo.
That's Norway, isn't it?
Yeah, Norway.
Yeah.
Beautiful. It was snowing at the time as well. So
Right.
it was just absolutely gorgeous. Very much a European winter experience, I'd say.
Yeah.
So we went to the building, and I had managed to... I showed them my phone, and I was like, yes, so I'm here to collect my tickets. And they're like, well, there's only one ticket here, and I can see there's two of you. And I was like, yeah, well, she's my photographer, so I'm going to need another pass. And they're like, right, okay. I don't know if we can do that. It was just kind of mumblings of... I done it wrong because I had only applied for my media pass. I didn't apply for a photographer at the event. I had only got the photographer for the hotel.
That's right, yeah.
So on the spot, they had to... I think I just batted my eyes a couple of times, and I was like, it's okay. Like, you can just write another media pass. So my media pass was printed out with my name on and, my publication, whereas hers had to be written down with a marker, with a publication. We came out the building, and she was like, you realize that could have just ruined the whole entire trip because I wouldn't have been able to get in. And I was like, well, we still got 2 media passes, so it's fine. Like, we got in.
So you push your way in?
I pushed my way in throughout the whole trip from the beginning to the very end. And this is really something, ever since that moment happened, it's something I've been doing, like making the impossible possible for myself. Because it is, anyone can talk their way into anything. If you find, the correct people, the nice people to talk to, you can really, people will listen.
Common sense doesn't work no more, isn't it?
Yeah.
So people don't think there's always like, I can't do this because
there's
of
always
rules.
another way.
But people don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But you just tried to do it.
And I did it. I managed to do it, yeah.
Right. So and then now you're in, and then this Nobel Prize comes in, which is do you have to cover or?
Yeah, so, firstly, the building, it was in Oslo City Hall, which is, any city hall is just the most beautiful, magnificent, grand building.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous. We, as media, we had to go through the side entrance, and they took us through, like, different rooms, which they were, like, it was very secretive. But I got my phone out to film every single room that we were going past.
Okay.
The whole photo.
Have you?
Yeah.
You were not, come on now, you should be scared. You should.
Well, I'm not going to be back in Norway anytime soon. So they're not going to
So
do it.
that was a one-time life thing.
It was, yeah. When are you ever going to be in Oslo City Hall again?
Yeah.
In those types of places, unless you're a politician, which I don't particularly plan to be. You never know.
Right.
You never know. I might end up there. But it was just lots of, grand paintings and like courtroom style places.
Yeah.
So we walked through a bunch of rooms, and then we ended up getting to the main hall, which was just, it was so beautiful. There was like paintings on the actual walls, like painted pictures. Yeah, I'm trying to find the correct words for it, because it was just so magnificent that even in this moment, I'm like, I can't believe I was there at that moment, and I got to witness it all.
Okay.
So there was a separate room for the media people, which had like BBC News, it had like ABC, CNN, America, everything. Every single one. And I was just there, I blagged my way through it, and I was like, hi guys. It was just,
Yo.
Yeah, it was a little bit unbelievable. So yeah, there was all the media people. I managed to talk to a few people, which was quite nice. And then the ceremony started. The ceremony for the 2023 Nobel Peace Prize Award was for a woman called Narges Mohammadi. She is an Iranian woman who was put in prison for standing up for women's rights, basically.
Right. From Iran.
From Iran, yeah.
Okay.
And what was really sad about the whole thing was because she was still in prison at the time, it was her children who had to collect the award for her.
Oh.
Yeah, so...
oh.
Yeah, it was...
Oh, how does the one happen? So she's in prison.
Mm-hmm. She's in prison in Iran for standing up for women's rights, in Iran about hijabs and everything like that. And I think the Nobel Committee, they just acknowledged what she was doing and what she was fighting for, which is why they gave her the awards. But because she's been sentenced to prison for more than 50 years at this point. She's been sentenced to lashings as well.
Lashings?
Yes, yeah. It was really...
God, that's harsh.
Yeah.
For a woman, though.
In Iran, she is standing up for women's rights, so women have more freedom. So I'm not surprised.
Women are not allowed to do whatever they have to do in
Iran. No.
Give us an example.
Off the top of my head, a lot of it has to do with wearing hijabs and the way that you kind of...
so you have to wear a hijab?
You have to wear a hijab, yeah.
If you don't want to wear it?
Then, the police will come after you. There was also a situation with another woman, which Nargis, she stood up for, where a police officer ripped a hijab of a woman and, really beat her up. And she tried to make news about it in the media. She tried to let people know what was happening, basically. And the government, any government which, you don't adhere to their rules, they're not going to listen.
Right,
They're going to want to shut you up, which is why she got thrown into prison. And she's still there. So that's why her children had to collect the award. It was her daughter and her son. And her husband was there as well, who was from Paris, France, I think.
The husband?
Yeah, the husband was there. It was just an emotional ceremony. Her daughter was speaking in French, I'm assuming, and I can't understand French, but even the way that she was speaking, the words that she was saying, it just felt so
emotion.
It was a lot of emotion. We as media, we managed to get like a kind of leaflet piece of paper where we could see what she was going to read out. Yeah. So everyone also had headphones on to translate what she was speaking in real time. I kind of took the headphones off and I was just sitting there listening to the way that she was saying these things, not the words that she was saying, because I had already read through what she was going to say, and obviously words on paper are a much different thing than when you're expressing it in front of 100 something people. Yeah. So it was just so much more emotional taking the headphones off and just sitting there and like feeling the emotion coming through those words that I couldn't understand. Yeah, it was... like I said, it was an emotional ceremony. That's the kind of only word that I can describe it as. But I think it really benefited Nargiz's cause, and she's more recognised.
So now you've met the family, because
I didn't manage to meet the family. No, it was more of like a standing on the balcony out looking. I saw the King of Norway. The royal family, which was...
The king,
The king and coincidentally, we, the hotel that me and my friend were staying at, we managed to get a room on the corner, kind of a street. Opposite was another 5-star hotel, which I emailed, but I couldn't get into. And I was like, well, that's kind of weird. After the ceremony, me and my friend had got home quite quickly, and we saw that the royal family was staying in the hotel opposite.
Opposite your hotel?
Yes, opposite my hotel. So the black car, because we were wondering throughout the whole 2 days, like, why is there so many police officers around? There's so many cars, they're like blocking off the street. And it was because the king was pulling up in his little black car and going through the side entrance. I've got there's
oh man,
I saw him go into his hotel.
You could be friends with the king.
Yeah, I could have.
Yeah, probably work for them. But what I'm interested is, you said this woman, she was fighting for human rights, isn't it?
Yes.
As they can't even have,
hair covered
and everything. Yeah. So, is it wrong for them if do they wear leggings?
I think it's all kind of body parts.
But come on, man. You know, sometimes maybe I might be wrong.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really nice to a woman can present themselves
in the way that I wish to. Yeah,
in the way, in the way they
really
want
all
to. You can want to show your body off.
You want to show your curves.
You want to show your calves. That's, you know, you want to like model, play with your little butty. Kind of.
Yeah, you want to be free to express who you are and what you want to wear. Definitely.
That's right. Yeah.
A lot of it in those types of countries, it's religion, which you can't argue against.
So
religion.
Them, come on, them guys in Iran, they don't want to look at that. Kind of. This is good.
Well, it's a sin. It's if a woman is walking around like that. See, I'm not saying I'm agreeing with what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you this is how they're seeing it. It is a sin if you're showing a part of you. Me right now, showing my tattoos, I would be thrown in prison as well.
In prison as well?
If not worse.
So let's say you have a tattoo and then you live in there. That could be a sin.
It could be a sin, which is why you need to cover yourself up. And yeah, I think
them countries are hot countries though. Can you imagine you covering yourself all the time?
Yeah.
I love your tattoos.
Thank you.
It's good to see them.
It's good to, this is what I mean. I think it's just about expressing yourself. Obviously, in the summer, the women will have different textures, like fabrics of, the hijabs and everything like that to make it lighter for themselves. But they can still not wear whatever they want as you can, in the UK, in Poland, etc., etc. Yeah, it's in the nicest. It's unfortunate, however, like I said, it is religion, which is something that you can't really go against. What I think is wrong is the way that men have really taken it a step too far to use women as properties instead of respecting them in the way that they should be.
Yeah.
But that's.
I think that's another subject which is, I feel uneasy, because sometimes men can use that, as you're mine, my girlfriend.
You're mine, but also my two other wives are also mine. And,
they have that thing where
that you can have multiple wives relationships to provide for. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's interesting. Males in general, biologically, like, they want to be providers, when you feel like you cannot provide, then that hurts your own ego, it hurts you internally because you're out of touch with your nature, basically.
Right.
So that's why this whole thing is about, I have control and this is making me feel much stronger. I can show my male sides. Dominance, yeah, definitely.
Oh, that kind of thing. But then, like the Iranian culture, as men, they can have multiple women.
Yeah.
But then they still control all the women.
Yeah.
So how does that one goes? In a way that if I could have two women, I don't want to control them because I know I have them.
Yeah, they'll always be there.
They'll always be there. Let's say, I don't intend to have that.
Yeah.
But why would you want to control them? Why would you want to?
Yeah, I mean, it's a question that I personally cannot answer for a wide group of people.
Yeah.
If we're talking from like my brain, I guess, everyone likes to have control of something in your life. Yeah. You want to have control. And sometimes when you don't feel internally okay within yourself, or you feel like you need to devote your life to something else other than your own personal growth, your own personal self, then you just wish to control all your external factors. In those types of countries, the only external factors you have are work, family, reproduction, I guess.
Okay.
So from the way that I kind of look at it, there are people that just want to have all the control in their hands and they don't want to let it go. Because then you have other countries like, I don't know, America's probably not the best example, but you have countries like that where it's just money that is, people are just controlling money. They're not thinking about the women.
Right, yeah.
It's not, each to their own.
Having money, do you think money can able to give you all the control you want?
Yes.
You reckon?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Take me there.
Once I'm there, you'll come. I'll take you there.
So you did that kind of like money is power
Money is power, yeah. Especially now.
nowadays.
Nowadays, yeah, definitely. Money is power because you cannot live without it. You know, you can live without love. You can live without connection, human touch, especially now.
Yeah.
Money is something that, you know, I really laugh at this one subject, yeah.
But then, having money, I think sometimes people use that power to you know, to
But they
manipulate.
still have the power, yeah.
To manipulate anybody.
Yeah.
But because the world is changing, you know, don't you think in some countries you can, you know, change everything? Like
You can, yeah, with money you can do absolutely everything that you want, because money also gets you to places which you would have never thought you'd be able to get into. Like we know, there is, you know, a group, I wouldn't say a group, there are people in each country which have the most control out of all of its citizens.
yeah.
Without money, you're not going to meet those people. Without the power to your name, which the power comes from money. Because I could be a famous poet, I could, you know, be not earning any money, but everyone could know what my poetry is.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
still not going to get in those rooms unless I have money.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
But your story is you didn't have money, but you still get into Nobel Prize, expensive hotels.
Yeah, it's just the beginning. I'm going to get to those rooms, I'm telling you. And once, you know.
Shout out to you, man. You're such a driven lady, though.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be. I have, you know, a mum who has worked so incredibly hard to get me to this position.
Good
you
for
know,
her,
moving out from Poland, making decisions which she shouldn't have made at certain ages. It's like I can see that that's where I get my drive from. Like I have to keep it stepping.
Keep it real, isn't it?
Keep it real, keep it stepping. And yeah, I think that's what keeps me grounded as well.
Yeah. And then now the Nobel ceremony is finished.
No. Now it's just a free reign in Norway. I can do whatever I want.
What do you mean?
No, it was really, truly, it was just a free reign, basically. After the ceremony finished, that was it. It was just a one-night thing. If we're talking like immediately after, that's also when I saw the king going into the hotel. So I was like, okay, I can also write about this. But it was just getting to writing, basically.
But on particular that, you know, the whole experience.
Yeah.
What is the learning curve on that one? What did you learn from? Look, I've never be around those people.
Yeah.
That would be my dream. But you've done it. you really, really done it. And I just to be around them people, what experience did you took home? And
it was
what did your life change from there?
I think I'm also the type of person that I am is I take these things as a drive to keep going, because I'm like, okay, if I could have done this, I can do way more in this moment. My problem is I don't really sit and appreciate things when they happen, which is right. I don't sit and even like graduation, like I haven't fully sat down and be like, yeah, I did that, I walked that stage, the Nobel Peace Prize. I've written about it, I felt gratitude, I felt grateful for it, but I haven't sat there and been like, yeah, I did that. I got that.
Do you take compliments?
No, I can't take compliments at
all. Why?
I can't take it. Because I just feel like we all have our beauties, we all have our, perfections, imperfections. So it's just like, if you can appreciate and be around the type of person that I am, then that's fine with me. You don't need to tell me that.
But the reason is I'm saying this is because you done that. I haven't.
Yeah.
You my hero. I look at you as my hero. You sat with people who have, let's say, the minimum person who was there has in their bank account maybe $1 million plus. Yeah,
but I should have took that card instead.
You should have took the card, Nicola. Yeah, you sat with people who have millions, and you were nobody.
And I had minus in my account.
Yeah, minus.
It was overdrawn.
But you make your way through into that room to say, I'm going to sit with those people.
Yeah. I mean, it goes back to the point of like, you really got to fake it till you make it. You really got to push, what was the phrase?
The boundaries.
Yeah, the boundaries. You got to push the boundaries. You just have to really, push it. With the whole success thing though, it is, it's very, because now me sitting right here, I'm looking around, like for example, the set, and I'm like, wow, like I wish I could have something like this, and now you're my hero. So it's just like, this is what I mean. It's a different type of successes that we're looking at.
There's no hero here. There's teamwork.
Oh yeah, hero, definitely. You're bringing a platform to so many people, especially in Ipswich, which we don't have anything like this in Ipswich. You're bringing a platform for people to come and sit and talk, and then you're putting it out there regardless of like, you know, you're taking the time out of your day to give people a voice.
Yeah. we trying to work hard. We're trying to work hard because there's teamwork plays a big part. You know, sometimes there's misunderstandings. We have to learn those kind of things. But you know, the working ethic is still there. And what brings us here is because people like you, people who have these things that, you know, you've done it.
People are interesting. You can always talk to anyone, and anyone off the street. You can ask them, what's the craziest story that you've had? And it's just,
How old are you then, if I may ask?
21.
You're 21. You have sat with people who have... Oh, come on, Nicola. You're 21.
I'm 21, yeah.
You sat with people who have like the kings and queens, Nobel Prizes. What more? What can I say?
The whole world is ahead of... Yeah. I have days like that where it's just like, well, I've done so much. I've published a book. I've published my words online. I've put on poetry events in central London.
Listen to that. What book did you... What book?
I released a poetry anthology, which I started writing when I was 18 years old. It was just... It started as notes from my notes page on my iPhone.
Right,
and I kind of worked on it for a few years, and I realised that I wanted to publish it before I finished university. So that's what I was doing on my third and final year as well, which is why my lecturers didn't see me that much, because I was just in my room.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I managed to get it. I got it published through Amazon. I just wanted something out there with my name on it that was a physical copy, basically. Because it's much, you know, in a world of technology, in a world of everything digital, it's so much nicer to have something in your hands.
In your hands,
you can cherish, yeah.
Oh, okay. But you're 21 thinking like that. What more?
There is so... The whole world is ahead of me. Not ahead of me, like the whole world is in front of me. And I can't wait to see what I do. It's also fearful, like that type of change, right? And you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's always going to be fearful, which is something that I need to get over. I'm also a very lovey person.
Oh, okay.
I love. It's all about love for me. And that can kind of get in the way of everyday life and everyday successes. Because it's just like when you cherish relationships and close, you know, partnerships and stuff.
Right, okay.
It's just hard to balance that out with, okay, I just need to stay up all night and drive this to this very end. Like my success, like I just need to keep going. Yeah. Career-wise.
Okay. So you don't deal with relationships. You don't have a boyfriend.
I don't have a boyfriend. No, it is.
He's gonna be a distraction. He's going to distract us.
It is a distraction, but this is what I mean. I just love so much. I'm happy to take on the distraction.
Right.
Yeah. That is the thing that misbalances me a lot, which is, relationships.
How do your parents cope with that? You having a boyfriend?
My mum is very... she has her own say in things, which I don't listen to when it comes to relationships.
What? You should lend to your mom, though.
I know. I like to be the type of person that learns from my own mistakes, and my mom allows that.
Yeah.
She's like...
Your mom, she's brilliant, though.
She's so brilliant. She's so amazing. She really is amazing. Yeah, I do learn from my own mistakes, although there are, mistakes that you commit more than once. However, because I started learning the mistakes from relationships at such a young age.
Yeah.
I'm now at a point where I can distinguish whether I'm doing something for the sake of it.
I want to know this. I want to know this. Your first words when you went to mom and say, "Mom, I have a boyfriend." What did she say?
I honestly,
She want to kill you.
no, it was never. It was always be careful, and it was always don't get pregnant.
Don't get pregnant.
Don't get pregnant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know.
And your first boyfriend was you were?
I was 16, so I was not going to get pregnant.
That's
16.
not. Yeah,
No,
that's not first
not.
boyfriend.
It wasn't the first boyfriend. The first proper boyfriend relationships that really took a toll on me was when I was 18 at university. And
university. Everything happens in university. Everything happens in university.
Yeah, it was crazy. And also because you're in such a small proximity of space with another person, it can get intense. But yeah, I learned a lot from relationships.
Yeah.
But I still continue to be such a lovely person.
As men, I don't know how to put this. Are men good or are men bad? Because you tend to find some dickheads.
Yeah,
Like-
I'd say men bad, people good.
Men bad, people. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, biologically, I keep going back to biologically, unfortunately, but we have different traits as men and women.
Yeah.
I have been in relationships with both men and women, so I have seen different emotional sides to when it comes to dealing with love and another person, and it was always women that were much more understanding than men.
Really?
Yeah.
So we dickheads
Yeah.
as men.
I wouldn't say dickheads. Definitely not dickheads. You know, there are good people. There's good and bad within everyone. Just depends how you use it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. I've never tried that. I've always been with women. I've never been with a man.
I wouldn't recommend it personally. Stick with women. They'll love you better.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's, experience. I think I need to get to uni. I need to go back to uni. I need to go back to uni.
I think
myself.
Me
myself. I will have like a splendid time of my life.
Definitely. I mean, I agree. Really agree with
I'll
you.
meet Joseph in there. Who knows?
Worship. So many different groups of people that you can really just get on with, tell your story to, and they'll, worship the ground that you walk on. They're like, wow,
Yeah. But as a young girl, I would say young lady, your mind from all the experience, what is the dream? What's the vision that you have?
I say that the last stop is sitting in my warm home and writing books. Away from everyone, probably with the love of my life, and just, a library around me.
Yeah,
That's the kind of visualization. For me personally, I really want to bring people together in more physical spaces. So like when I done my poetry shows, it was really nice to have everyone in one room who just loved poetry. And I was like, okay, this is nice. I also love music, so mixing music and poetry together is really the goal.
Your love language is really strong as well. It's the connection as well.
Yeah,
with everything that you do.
100%. Like,
like what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I have very much strong connections with. It's either all or nothing with me, which is sometimes not an attractive trait, but at the same time I don't really see a point in anything else doing stuff half-heartedly. There's no reason for it, quite frankly.
Yeah, yeah. Because sometimes I feel like we have to try everything in terms of when going forward, vision and everything. Because sometimes you're doing things that you don't know where they're gonna take to.
Yeah, things work, some things don't work. So you need to know what works for you. Yeah, for me personally, also for a very long time I was scared of failure. So I didn't want to try anything because I was scared to fail. But I've learned that you need to try, like you said, you need to try everything to see what works for you, what doesn't.
Yeah.
Just need to not be scared. That's all it is. I mean,
that's crazy.
I also think that everything is written I was reading The Alchemist the other day, and there was a word in it that was maktab, which was, I'm not even sure if it's a real word or not, but it was in Arabic, and it translates to "it is written."
Oh.
Yeah. And ever since I've kind of read that word, it's been replaying in the back of my head, but it's just like, I do think everything is written, like us sitting here in this moment right now. We are supposed to, you know, him being late with the camera, it was supposed to be this way.
Yeah. Because the first time something happened, we had you had an allergy.
Yeah, I had an allergy, so I didn't come, and then it was like months
But
ago.
you were bad on your face, man.
It was so bad. I could not show up in the camera. Like,
what happened to you?
I have no idea.
Mosquitoes came to you, or?
I have nothing. It was nothing that bit me. It was nothing. Maybe it was something that I ate. I really have no idea.
I thought I'm gonna cover. We even have an artist to cover you up, makeup and everything. But now that was really bad.
Yeah, yeah.
And how long did it last?
It lasted for like just over a week. It was not that bad, and then it got really bad, and then it just went back to being not that bad. Yeah, I've never had, like, I'm not really allergic to anything. I've never had allergic reactions, so it was out of the ordinary, I guess. And also it happened during Christmas as well, so.
Yeah. But Nicole, anything, I just like the drive that you have. You know, so many kids, like, you're 21, and how many people will learn from you? And for the fact that you came from Poland, came to England, and the drive you have, it's amazing. And you're still young, though.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You're still young. You finished your degree now? Mm-hmm. All done?
Dusted. The book is closed. Walked that stage.
So now we're making money.
Yeah, well, now we have to. We have to make money. It's been hard. I have to admit, it's been hard trying to find a job as a creative after university.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, we're keeping it stepping. We're trying. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, it's hard to know whether you need to go into like a normal job quickly first to get yourself off your feet, at the same time trying to find a creative job, or whether you just kind of hold on to the faith that like it will come up when it needs to come up, and just live in poverty for a little bit.
So what if a job comes up for you?
I'm taking it 100%. Like
You would take it?
Yeah, like I said, it is written. Everything is, if a job is supposed to come up to me at a certain moment, and I feel like it suits me with everything that I want to do, then, I'm taking it.
Do you feel the need that you have to take a job because you want to support your parents as well? Like in terms of your parents, like you want to help them in... Yeah,
with that, it's more of...
Because with us, like I'm from Africa, sometimes I feel like I want to support my parents.
Yeah,
definitely. So that's why I have to work and give what they gave it to me.
Give back.
But with the new generation,
they don't feel, they feel entitled to kind of keep it to themselves. I
really?
guess. Yeah, that's what I have found. And for a very long time, as a young child, I also felt entitled that everything was supposed to be given to me, and I was supposed to have. There was a phase in my life as a teenager.
Yeah.
Puberty and everything.
Right.
It was like, everything is supposed to be given to me and stuff. Obviously, it's not that way in any way, shape or form. That's the kind of drive that also keeps me going forward, because I'm like, I need to be successful to give back everything that was given to me.
Everything. Yeah.
However, I don't think that if I were to get a job now, which was like, let's say, corporate kind of creative job, obviously I wouldn't look at it as it wouldn't be me doing a favor, giving it back to my family at this moment of time, because I know I can barely uphold myself. It's only until I can uphold myself, then I know that, like, yes, now I'm giving back everything that you've ever given me. And I mean, that's probably better, because in like 10 years time, you're going to get 25 grand into your account, and it's, do you know what I mean?
25 grand.
Then you can have all the money at once. Yeah.
In closing, tell me, how super proud are your parents?
My mum is very super, super proud of me.
Is that?
She has always been proud of me. She's been my biggest supporter. Always just told me to keep going, to do it if I want to. So, yeah.
Is she cool?
She's cool.
The boyfriend comes in.
She has no choice but to be cool.
Right.
She has no choice.
Okay, let's say a young person like you. What advices can you give it to a young person like you?
I'd say find I'd say find that gives you warmth inside.
Okay.
Flip it so you know how to make money from it, and just don't stop.
Don't stop.
Don't stop.
Why you say that?
Once you're on a roller coaster, which there are things coming to you left, right, and center, you really have to take hold of it, because the ride stops. The ride definitely stops at a certain point. But if you're riding the roller coaster and you're really kind of taking all the opportunities, even if sometimes they don't work out, sometimes you fail, that's fine. Don't stop. You can never stop. I also say this with a more of a creative job, because obviously I'm not going to tell someone who wants to be a builder to never stop, because you're going to overwork yourself. You need some rest. Everyone needs some rest.
Yeah. Definitely.
Creatively, like, writing is just the way of my life. Every single time, every single day is a story. Every single situation that happens to me, it's just a story that I'm gonna write. So I don't stop, basically. So you should not stop either.
Should not stop. Every youngster's in there, never
stop.
Don't
Keep
stop.
it stepping.
Keep it stepping.
And if you this is the thing, if you're doing something you love, you're not going to feel the need to stop, because you have times where you are relaxing, but you're not stopping, because you're on, I don't know, let's say you're on holiday somewhere and you're still gathering stories from around you, but you know, internally you're relaxing. So just don't stop. Just don't stop.
Oh man, don't stop. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Nicole. Nicola.
Shout out to Nicola.
Shout out to Nicola.
Shout out to Cedric.
Yeah, and you're not gonna stop, isn't it?
Never.
Never. Next time you come back, right?
Yeah.
And next time we work together, right?
Yep.
Shout out to that, Nicola. Please, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to subscribe, share, and press the notice button. And Nicola is in the house. Yeah. Thank you very much, Nicola, for coming, man.
Thank you for having me.
This is great, man. Thank you.
Yes.
Cool. Whoop, whoop. Yes. Oh.
Me want my dad, give me to my wee. Me want my dad, give me to my wee. Me want my dad, give me to my wee.